Hiya Squishers, and welcome back to Squishmas. Under the stairs with me, Kate. Lots of the knits, lots of the socks, lots of tales from the fields today because I have not been doing a lot of squishing. So it is day 19. It's a Sunday, it's about 8 o'clock. Everything's starting to wind down in my house. The girls are bathed and getting ready for bed. We're all starting to wind down. I am no longer covered in mud, which is normally I'm covered in dye in different colours and all this and all that. Today, I was thoroughly covered in mud. Like literally, all over myself. So that was fun. I went shopping like that as well. So why was I covered in mud? Well, today I went metal detecting. Woo, 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 woo. But first off, let's talk about the knits because we're here for the knits first, and I'll tell you about the tales of the metal detecting after because I found something. Whoop, whoop. And it's not just any old thing, which I was really relieved about because metal detecting, you can find like a range of things. But I found this time, luckily, something pertinent to us under the stairs. But first, I digress. Let's go to the knit. I finished it. Whoop, 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 whoop. I haven't done all... I haven't cut the scrappy ends, but I have woven them all in. So I'm just like, oh yes, double joy. This is a new wrist warmer pattern, which I'm going to give myself a nice bit of time to start writing all these patterns up for you guys because there are loads of them. And there's loads in the shop you can try already. But this is one of the squishy packs that are hitting the shop. And if you are on Squishmail, check your email because these squishy packs are available for you to knit into different things. I've just shown you how to do it into a wrist warmer. And this is just half the kit. And I say kit, that's the wrong word. It's a bundle o' squish. Here's the other half, which I will use to make a different wrist warmer because, as you know, I don't like the same thing twice. Might as well do something different. So half in here, half doing something else. So that's my knit news. I finished something, but I found something in the field. What did I find? Well, I found some ring pulls. Of course, it was that the weather today was not raining. It was, however, extremely wet and very, very, very foggy. But that did not dampen my enthusiasm for digging holes in the mud repeatedly in the mist, getting covered in mud, because I found something super special. And I'll tell you why it's super special to me, because when I find things metal detecting, I really enjoy finding things that are handmade. There's something quite special about something that's been crafted by somebody for a specific purpose. And I live in the countryside, so around here, there's lots of little small holdings where there was little farms or families or just husband and wife or whatever, all just in a little group of people, and they do a lot of their own things all by themselves. And the thing I found today, it looks like a lump of nothing, is this. What is that, you may be asking? This is something so special, for me anyway, because I know what this is. This is called a spindle whorl. And hundreds of years ago, like I've had one already. It's a lot larger. It's this size. It doesn't look like much, but when you know what they are, you're like, wow. A spindle whorl is what the wives, it was generally a job assigned for ladies. That as the men would go around farming, the women would carry around their spindles to spin the yarn. And you're like, wow, so that is what that is. And this would go onto a stick. I'm going to use my paintbrush just for demonstration purposes. It would pop onto the stick and it would fit at the bottom. And you'd be spinning it like this. And the fun fact about these is by weighing these, you can tell what kind of fleece these wonderful ladies were spinning at the time. Imagine that every spare minute of your day, you are spinning fibre to make yarn to produce clothing and textiles to sell or to clothe your family. Like that is just, and knowing what I'm doing here, it's just magical to know how much effort and time goes into making something that looks very simple. But knowing that this was somebody's special tool, just like my knitting needles, this was somebody's special tool. And I wonder whether or not they would have been upset by losing it. Look at that circle in the middle, it's beautiful. I wonder whether they would have been upset by losing it, whether they had a couple more, but this was cast. I just love it. I know it sounds ridiculous. I'm excited about a lump of lead, but the stories that this would have told and the yarn it would have spun, what those things would have become, is just, I find that's the mystery and the mesmerizing surprise of metal detecting. You never know what you're going to get. And just like today, I dug up a lump of lead on I think it was my second day of metal detecting ever. I found a gold ring, like for real. Like it does happen. And I found a gold ring, a beautiful little gold band over the side of my hedge. And that is what the weather looked like at the time. And I'm showing you this because actually you might be wondering, what has metal detecting got to do with knitting? Nothing. I didn't think it had anything to do with knitting until I started metal detecting, and then I started creating some memories in knitting of my day, which you may notice is starkly different in colour to a lot of my other stuff, which is like bam, 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 bam. But I will say, it took me on a landscape trip. Now, if you're new here, I've done a lot of landscape inspired stuff simply because I have been adventuring outside more than I ever have done as an adult, because I've been metal detecting. So my knits have been inspired by a lot of landscape stuff. So if you're watching all this and you're feeling that this kind of color is way too much for you, landscape colors, like there are so many subtle colors and prints that are in landscape that you could get away with, and you don't even think you're working with a lot of color. But look at all the different colors in that. So I thought I'd show you that metal detecting, oh yeah, if you're out, if you're going outdoors, a pattern for you to try, free pattern on the website, is a catelet. Because again, my catelets were inspired by me being outside with the blankets and the wearing and them and adventuring around. This pattern is free on the website. This is like DK weight, so it'd be 2 sock yarns held together. This was landscape inspired as well. So you can imagine me metal detecting, picturing the weather, trying to work out or remember the weather conditions on the day that I dug up my most amazing find. Boom. It was blue skies. The grass was quite short and the clouds were just bopping above the hedge. Ah, what a memory. See, all different reasons to knit. It's not just for function. Luckily, it's no longer just for function, and I get to enjoy a huge amount of yarn and colours and things that somebody who used this would never have even seen. So that brings a little joy to my heart today. From here today to hundreds of years ago, things have changed a bit. And luckily, this isn't something, wow, do you know what? One day, if I get another few of these, I'd like to think I'm going to find a few. I'm going to use one of these and try and spin some yarn, because that would just be magical. Imagine doing that. Oh, so there you go, squishers. There's my update from Sunday. Not a lot of squishing, but that's okay. It's a Sunday. I got outside to metal detect. Yay! Got covered in mud, and I got it off my face because it was all of my face. But yeah, everything has to go in the wash. But that's my Sunday fun day. And I shall see you tomorrow on Monday. Sunday fun day followed by Monday, and we're almost at Squishmas. So if you haven't had a chance to knit, craft, crochet, or whatever it is you want to fit in, do something different. Don't worry about it. Tomorrow's a day. I have not crafted today. Tomorrow might be my day. And it might be yours. And I shall see you tomorrow. Bye!